Um, and thank you for joining us on the Sudds-R-Us podcast, where we have as our featured guest today, Branden Gibson, who is the owner and operator of Legacy. Legacy, I'm sorry. Here I go.
Help us out, Branden.
Gibson Legacy Enterprise, LLC.
Gibson
Gibson
Legacy
Legacy. And
Enterprise.
had
There
to
we
get
go.
to
All
my
right.
notes there.
All right.
But before we get started, we always give a shout out to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for
Amen.
all the things that he does in our lives and for giving us this opportunity and this platform to highlight, as of today, Black entrepreneurs. And so we thank him for that. And also, we want to acknowledge our son, Ben Sutter III, Mr. Podfather himself. We call him also the boss man. We've linked up with him on this journey, and we're excited. Even during the pandemic, we started a podcast. So we want you to know that you are entitled to some good content on BS3 Network, where he offers over 30 podcasters that offer, topics along the lines of sports, life, marriage, relationships, man talk, also politics, society, culture. We now have movie and TV reviews. And also, there's some movie videos as well. So there's so much for you to choose from. And I forgot, we have church on Sunday. We have several pastors that are part of our network. So we invite you to join us on Roku TV. The link will be shared on our screen, where you can see this along with all other podcasts on BS3 Network. And also, our son offers coaching for anyone that's interested in getting into podcasting. That information will be on your screen shortly. Not to say you have to join BS3 Network, although we would love to have you, but he is not selfish in terms of helping someone to get started in this arena. And of course, if you have any questions for us, we're at Sudds-R-Us at gmail.com. That's on your screen. We encourage you to reach out to us with any thoughts, comments, questions, kudos, whatever that may be. So before we get started, we do have station identification for BS3 Network. We do acknowledge him and what we're doing at BS3 Network.
BS3 Network, changing the way you listen to podcasts.
So without further ado, we would like to get started. Thank you, Branden, for coming on and being a blessing to God's people.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yes. Well, this brother, I tell you, we're excited about Branden being on with us. This is our life topic. We've been on life this month, and we'll also look at life next month. And our main focus is young Black entrepreneurs on the move.
Right.
So we are having part 2 now. And this brother I met through the House of Hope Atlanta men's group. We were actually worshiping at the church. It was over 2 years ago, before the pandemic. We was in the basement, and this young brother would come in, and he was very sharp and very enlightened, and he was always willing to share his journey. And then the Lord blessed him as his businesses continue to grow, and as his family grown. We met his children, his daughter and his son, and he would bring them to class. That's a good father right there. He'd bring them to class with the men so they can get some knowledge and wisdom from us senior veterans, what we call. And so I was just so enlightened by how dedicated and committed he was. So once we got out of the pandemic and businesses started picking up again, I said, well, we got to get this brother. Got to get this brother on and tell his story to inspire some young folk. And we're just excited about Branden Gibson being on the show with us today. So we want to start out with you just telling a little bit about yourself and your journey, where you came from, and how the Lord blessed you to where you are now.
Well, thank you. First and foremost, like I say, thank you again for having me. It is truly an honor and a privilege. I am truly blessed. God has blessed me, so I'm definitely grateful to be a blessing to someone else, and just grateful to be in you guys' presence. Beautiful Black Kings.
Thank you.
I definitely love what you guys are doing. It's wonderful, so I'm glad to be a part of it. But that for the dude, that's basically just want to say thank you.
Okay, you are. My pleasure.
To begin, basically just an African American who came from humble beginnings. A baby of 5. I have 3 brothers and 1 sister. I'm the baby of Alvin and Lucretia Gibson. Basically, I came from my journey. Basically, started with entrepreneurs. My mother and entrepreneurs. My grandfather is an entrepreneur on my mother's side, and he also passed down a business to my father.
Okay.
His father-in-law passed the business down to him. He saw that my father had all these boys, 4 boys. My grandparents they moved down to Miami, Florida. They born and raised in Allendale, South Carolina. Come out the cotton field.
Okay.
Yes, and they worked hard. My grandfather had probably 4th grade education, but retired, debt-free, started business, had kids, and took care of his family. Just great family man. Man, to this day, I still wish I could have some talks with him. You know, I was young then.
Right.
Understand how, you know, amazing and powerful it was, you know, until I got older. But example for me, that first example for me. Long story short, that's how basically how I got started. Like I say, my grandfather passed down a business to my father, which was a landscaping business.
Okay.
Along with clientele and everything. So at 9, 10, 11 years old, I really started that working journey and saw through the lenses of my parents. So I was right there in the midst of it. Me and my brothers out there with my father, working in the hot sun. I mean, work. Work. I mean, all we did was work. We had no summer, no spring breaks, no summer breaks. It was, hey, you out of school? Let's go. And as a child, we hated it. But now I thank God I wouldn't want no other way.
Right.
Like what makes you guys so different? You know, our work ethic. It separates us a lot of other people, you know. And from that, it created learning how to just communicate and talk, work with others, and just, you know, learn how to use your head and think, you know, think for yourself. And that's basically what's the beginning of it. Also, I am a young man that's trying to move with integrity. Try to basically move with patience and peace, and just basically move with the acts of character basically that's going to represent the kingdom. I am a husband first. I'm a father next. Husband, my wife is Rolanda Gibson, my high school sweetheart as well.
All right.
I have 2 kids, a boy, our son, Zacchaeus. He's 4. Our daughter, Zoe, she's 3. And that's basically, I'm a God-fearing man, hardworking, with integrity, and just wants to always be a blessing to someone else because God has always blessed me. And just a man who's kingdom driven.
All right. Great. Oh man, awesome. Well, we got some viewers that just tuned in. We want to recognize them.
Okay.
BS3, Ben Sutter III, our son, says good afternoon. Thanks for tuning in, son. And then we have Josephine, which we call Mama Joe, which is my wife's sister / mama. Good afternoon, Mama Joe. We thank you for tuning in. And so we got something else in common because my mother is from South Carolina. She's from King Street.
My roommate.
Yeah, you've heard of it.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
So that's where my grandfather, had a farm and similar upbringing, and also my uncles, inherited the land, and we're still owners of that land. Some of my cousins sold theirs or lost theirs, but we're going to let the legacy continue to go on.
Yes.
But we still have our property in King Street. But yeah, man, I just go down during the summers and playing in the fields, cotton fields, tobacco fields, and I remember back in the day where there was no running water. You had the outhouse in the back, you had to go to the pump to get water. So I understand what you're saying, but living in North Carolina, Hickory, that's a furniture capital of the world. So my wife always called me a city boy because I just played in the farm. I ain't gonna work in the farm. I just played when we go down there in the summertime. But yeah, thank you for giving that history. Now I see where we got that spiritual connection from South Carolina. So professionally, you actually gave us the history as far as the work ethic, but where did you begin and how do you evolve into the trucking business?
Okay, when I was in high school, you know, my brother started driving trucks. I had an uncle that drove. He never really told us about it. I just saw him. We moved from Miami to South Carolina.
Okay.
So I saw more truckers then. You know, being in Miami, that city, I never even thought about no truckers. You know, and honestly, I did never want to become one. Honestly, I went to college, but my path to college was detoured a little bit. My best friend at the time in high school, we both went to the same college. Had visited the college together as well. And long story short, we had an issue. He shot and killed this guy, and while he was in high school, self-defense. You know, we was getting bullied. We made good grade, played sports. We had those guys, you know, just one of the bullies, you know, around. And that happened. That incident happened, and then after that incident happened, lo and behold, I thought I was going to Virginia to go to college. Then last 2 months, I came to Atlanta. God already knew what he was doing, you know. I tell people all the time, we make plans, God make decisions.
That's right.
There you go. There you go.
You know, and that's what happened. Got to Atlanta, went to school, finished, got my bachelor's in business administration. So it really started in college because I did a business. I did a business paper. I think it was like 10 or 12 page paper on a trucking company because I knew I wanted to own one because my brothers drove, and I was like, I'm very family oriented. Like, man, you know, my brothers, they work, you know, they get it. So I was like, you know, let me get some money over here, and I was gonna make that investment. So that's where it initially started. That's where that seed got planted. And I did a lot of the background information on it, the numbers and everything, the analysts, you know, pros and cons and all that. And that really just planted that seed, honestly. That's where it came from. So then got out of college, graduated, recession hit because I wanted to do real estate. And that was Atlanta, that was a no-go then. I'm like, man, working 2 jobs, FedEx and all, and just working all day, working 2 jobs. My brother saw me struggling. He was driving at the time. He was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna help you pay. I'm gonna pay your bills you'll have for like 2 months. Go to trucking, you know, go to trucking schools, see if you like it. You know, I'm making $50,000 right now, more than you know, a lot of people who graduate got degrees. Just try it out until your feet. That way you sustain this blow right now. Did it. And when I went into it from the jump, like, who's ever training me, I want a owner-operator training me. I don't want a company driver training me.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I knew where I was going to go. If I'm going to do this, you know, going a different direction, you know what I'm saying? So, that's the vision God had gave me, you know, at that time. Didn't even realize it was a vision, but that, you know, it was him, you know, the whole time. And that's what I did. And the owner-operators trained me, basically got my mind already transitioning, you know, into that ownership and into that type of structure.
Right.
That's what I did, and started driving and fell in love with it because it gave me peace. From the city of Miami, I never really went outside past Georgia, really, honestly. You know, I come from a family where, you know, we didn't have it like that at all. So, you know, I never been to Walt Disney World, you know, never, like I said, I didn't have no summers, you know, where people go see Cali. Nah, none of that. It was work, you know, work. Right, that's it, you know. Honestly, like I said, I'm not mad at all. My father, you know, he basically has a 4th-grade education as well, come from the projects. So he did what he just knew. That was just work hard, provide, and protect. And and that's what he instilled in me. That's what I took with me to this day, you know, until I leave. And I'm very grateful for that. But started working and took the initiative to just basically soak in everything, all the information, you know, maps, how to move and how to operate. And that's what I did. After about 3 years, I started on my own operator journey. Did like a lease purchase on operation journey first. And I'm glad I did, because what it did was it lessened the responsibility and the burden all on, you know, I'm young, 25, you know, and it's like, man, a truck go down. My pockets ain't full like that yet. So,
right.
Wisdom.
Yes, use your head and, you know, like, you know, I guess spread out the burden a little bit, you know, burden at one time. And that's what I did. And it just, you know, as years went by, I just learned along the way, honestly. One thing I would definitely tell people, try to get a mentor or coach. It's imperative. It's much needed. You could avoid a lot of bumps, you know, a lot of blows. Like Mike Tyson say, you know, everybody got a plan until you get hit.
So you get hit. That's it.
Wow.
I get hit, you know, and man. But it's just what, you know, my parents and grandfathers instilled in me, keep going, you know. And that's what I did. I would be lying to you if I didn't say plenty nights I wanted to give up.
All right, tell the truth. There you go. Shame the devil.
God, because I you know, I was single then, no kids, man. I could just, you know, go chill, man. You know what I'm saying? Live with and go do the mediocre stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
but,
right.
like I said, with great calling comes great responsibility. And it just tugged on me, you know. I'm like, man, I like this. I need this. I knew what it could do for myself, my family, my community. You know, once I got in and learned, like, man, this type of freedom is available. This type of finances is available, and what it can do, the impact it can have. And as I got older, you know, I just started learning more about, you know, man, move with having impact. You know, don't chase the money, chase opportunity.
Right, right.
What I started to begin to do. And in my early stages, I didn't network. Coming from a background where you don't talk much, you know, you be friendly, man, you get got. So it's the business world, you know, you got to get and talk. And man,
that trust.
That trust. And you know how we are, our people. So,
I don't blame you.
All right, now.
I'm just being honest. And man,
there you go. There you go.
Man, you know, and it came back to bite me in the butt too, you know. But it's just, but you know, it's just learning. I just learned as I went, and I had family members who was already in the industry. You know how people are. They see you as a threat, or you know, they want everything to themselves. They didn't really stretch their hands, you know. Somewhat spoon fed me, if so to speak. But you know, I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't do no other way, because I learned things that I would have never learned if somebody would have basically just handed it to me.
Right.
So and then not only that, God made me go through that journey that way for I can help others. Like
that's right.
Today, you know, honestly. So that's how it went. I started with the owner operator and just stretched out and just went through trucks and went through companies and found my way. Did drive-in, reefer, you know, different segments of the industry. And that's how I began. But it has definitely evolved as far as the equipment, as far as resources, and as far as information now, especially with the internet.
Okay.
Excellent. So before we go to the next question, I love several points you brought out, and I want our listeners to hear this, is that how people poured into you.
Right.
And of course, those that didn't, or those that, you know, you always have a few that don't do that, but try to do other things. But you gravitated to those who poured into you, and now you're giving back. You know, and you're making sure that you're being able to bless somebody else, even through this platform. You're doing that. But the other thing that I heard you say is that foundation.
That's it.
And we can relate to that, you know, because we both came from families that the work ethic, you know, my grandfather said, what you doing sitting around? You know, what's wrong with you? You know, you need to get up and be doing something. And now even my mother at 87, she feels bad. Like I should be doing something. I need to get busy. I need to do this and do that. So we were all brought up like that. And so our kids are like that now. And they were like, y'all did it to us. Well, it's like, it's not a bad thing, you know? So, and the other thing I wanted to bring out, you know, my husband's the only child, but I consider that's still the baby, because he's still the baby of the family. I'm the baby of the family. You're the baby of the family. Wow. It's like there's something about those babies that really go for it, that are determined. That, you know, for me and my family, I was kind of not like I was better, but I just excelled a little bit more, and that's okay. I stood on their shoulders to do that. But I just think the babies are special.
Yes, totally agree.
That's it. So I think he has another question before I chime in. Good stuff.
Before you move, I just want to say,
go ahead.
You are totally right with that, because I was the baby. I was able to watch them and my siblings' mistakes they made, and they had to maneuver and navigate. Honestly, it was because of them and their mistakes. I learned from more of their mistakes than anything else.
Exactly.
And honestly, like I tell my father that all the time. I like, you may feel like you didn't teach me a lot, but I learned more from the wrongs than the right. You know,
that's right.
So, but now you're totally spot on. And my grandparents the same way. my grandmother, she passed away at 90. I mean, we couldn't. She still did her own grass just about. We like, sit down.
Wow.
Yes, I mean, it was. I mean, she looked at 80. I mean, literally.
In Georgia, out there in
It's South. She moved back to her hometown, and because both of my grandparents had land just like your family. My grandfather's family has over 100 acres in Alabama.
Wow, in that heat, Lord.
His nephews were the first African American judge in that town. I mean, so they laid the foundation.
Okay. Yeah, we just got to keep it going, you know.
That's history. That's Black history right there.
That's right.
I'm telling you. So we just came through this pandemic and in the economy, you know, some say we're in a recession. So how's the trucking business been going during this economy?
Honestly, this is one of the things that is so amazing about this industry. I like to call it recession proof. And I say that to say this. It's one of those things where it's a necessity. Like they say, essential worker. These trucks cannot stop moving. They stop moving, America will stop. You know, days America will stop. And with that being said, it depends on basically your position in the industry. And when I say that, it's like depend on what you're doing in trucking. Not all trucking will be, not every angle in it, every avenue in it will basically succeed and excel like as others. You know what I'm saying? As far as the food, the reefer, people who transport the food will just about always, we always gonna need food.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Right.
And for me personally, I did the dry van, just dry goods. I did the reefer. I did doubles, the double trailers you might see. And now I'm doing, God is so awesome. He blessed me and my brother and blessed somebody to come speak to us, called us up. He said, hey, check out this basic opportunity. And we did, and it opened doors to, I like to call it almost the gates of heaven somewhat.
Wow. Right on.
There you go.
It did that much for us.
Wow.
And then at the right time, God is so awesome. Got to give him thanks right now because he did it. And we didn't even see it. It just blew our mind.
It just brings it to you.
Yes, we segued into the port intermodal division. So
to
your question, it is basically recession proof to me because you never stop moving. You might slow down, like in anything, you're gonna have your ups and downs, but you will always basically be in a position where you would withstand, the beating or that punch, so to speak. That the economy will go at you. I think you definitely will always be able to sustain. You definitely will be always, if you manage, if you manage, right. I don't care what you do. I don't care how much money you make. If you don't manage it at all, whether you make 50 a year, 150,000 a year, or 50 million a year, if you don't manage it, it means nothing. So that's one of the things I really want to express to the people today. You know what I'm saying? The industry is going to do its job. Honestly, it's just like real estate. Certain industries going to do its job. Real estate, trading and trucking is here. The blueprint there is going to work, but it's you going to work here. So you're going to bring those intangible skills, to the table. Integrity, character, honesty, and management and financial literacy. Really lead and really be a true leader, not a boss. I don't like to use that word, honestly, just me personally. I like to be a great, because leaders lead from the front, not the back.
That's right. That's right.
So that's the perspective I think you have to have coming into this industry. And because when you lead from the front, you're able to see what's coming and then now make those adjustments. Therefore, everybody behind you and your team won't get hit as hard,
Exactly. And you know what? Leaders also they don't mind doing the work.
Right.
There's some that just bark orders and do nothing. And so that I used to have a problem with.
All side of it to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I don't like to use that, words have meaning. Words are powerful.
You're right.
I like to label myself as a leader, and that's just it. I'm not perfect, but I'm present. And so that's another great thing you want to do too. You want to be present. A lot of folks like to want to lead from outside and be everywhere. And you don't know what's going on. You have to present. And I like to use those same mindset and skill set in my marriage, in my as father. You know, those are transferable skills. You know,
Right,
Yes.
right. Okay.
you don't have to you don't have to divert from yourself. Just be
That's
yourself. But just, you know, I like to say be better every day, 1% every day. You know,
There you
That's
go.
good.
There you go. All right.
you know, because you're not gonna make leaps. You know, it's impossible, honestly. So just take your time and chip away. And I like to just label myself as the axe man. Be like, what you mean by that? You know, the guy in the forest, the axe man, got this big axe. You know, we all know these big oak trees. You know, take time. You know, you look at it, you know, right there, it's a job, it's a journey. So
Right,
Yes.
right.
already, so don't worry about that. Now just get to work. Let's chip away.
There you
That's
go.
good.
There you go.
Go to the next side, go to the front, just chip away, take your time and enjoy the journey, you know.
That's good. You know, another word, you know, you can have this one for free.
Oh, yeah. Give it to me.
Servant leader.
Oh, yes.
You know, that it requires that. Like
That's
you
right.
say, in every aspect of your life,
Right.
you know, leader, you know, a true leader knows how to serve first.
Got to be.
Otherwise, you
Wait.
know, I
Right.
like you say, it's like you just have this boss mentality, do as I say.
Right.
But yeah,
right.
parenting, the same thing. You
Yes.
know, you can't tell your child do as you say, but not as I do.
Right.
You know,
Right. And I
Right.
love that when he
So-
said you don't have to be perfect, just be present.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, man.
I love
going
it.
down some nice nuggets.
Very nice, very
Yeah.
nice. But I wanted to share, Branden. I work for the Port of Oakland in Oakland, California.
Okay.
So I know about that truck. I know all about that truck, and I'm trying to get to work. Them jokers were lined up. I'm like, I'm late. Move out the way. They said, we got to get our goods, woman. You got to go another way. But you know, and plus we had the airport. Huh?
I said salute to you. You know.
Yeah, no, I was in the office making my money, but you know, for the executives that dealt with we had air, land, sea, and of course, you know, the trucks came in through the port.
Right.
And so, yeah, I get it. And you're right. It was constant until those ships got stuck out there in the water. You know? But other than that, you know, it was moving.
Yes.
So on to our next question that we understand you have more than one business.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you share with us, you know, the true businessman, you know, share with us about your other business or businesses?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes. You know, for a while, I always wanted to basically create multiple streams of income.
Yeah.
I was a firm believer in not putting all your eggs in one batch.
Right.
And basically through my life journey so far, I just understood that things can change in a second.
Yes.
Split second. And for example, it really did for me in 2016. Car accident. Drunk driver hit me head on 285 going 65 miles an hour. He was on the wrong side of the interstate.
Oh my.
Went to the hospital, had 3 surgeries in the hospital. I was in the hospital for over a month. Was in a wheelchair for about 8 months. Had to learn to walk again. New femur, got rods and screws in me. To this day, still ain't never coming out. And it was just crazy because I was a caregiver for my mother at the time. She was going through chemo and she breast cancer. I moved in with me and everything. She had lost all her hair, going through the whole 9. And man, she was just basically getting her strength back. And then my accident hit. We reversed roles. And man, God is so awesome. And you know, it worked out. My family stood behind me because I was unoperated then, independent. And so, man, my family poured out. But again, that's what really is like. That showed me then really like, I got to get on this sooner than later.
Okay.
And that's what really opened my eyes to the multiple streams of income. So then I started just sitting down, really looking, talking to people and trying to see what can I do, because the trucking takes a lot of my time. You know, it's very intricate, but for basically how I run it, you know what I'm saying? I'm not hands-on. And so I want to do it the right way. So I'm like, man, I need something that I can't really, that can really give me time, but also compensation. Long story short, I looked into it and started a commercial cleaning business.
Okay.
Me and my wife decided, let's do that. We looked at it as one of them things where it's easily trainable, and less overhead, and
Mhm.
the startup cost is not as much.
Okay.
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 And went into that. We have a contract with our Audi dealership here in off Jonesboro Road in
All
Fairburn,
right.
Union City, and
Uh-huh.
Wow.
that's what we have now. It's taking our time because when the pandemic hit, man, it's hard to find good teammates.
Right. Right.
Work,
Yes.
we all a team, you know.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
Nobody, you know. I'm not over you, you're not over me. We all teammates. We all work together, and it's just hard to find, you know, good teammates. I tell people all the time, when you find good people, keep them in your life.
Yes.
Right.
Whether it's work, family, whatever, and
Mhm.
family
Yes.
is not all blood. You know, that's relatives. You know,
Right. All right.
who
Ah, I hear you.
you who's going to truly support you and push you and
Yes.
check. You know,
Mhm.
and that's just what that was. I wanted to, it was hard finding a good family, you know, for that industry. But nevertheless, that's what we did. Enjoy it, man. Met people. Also, it comes again from my background, my foundation. My father was a custodian for years, supervisor.
Okay. Okay.
Wow.
Elementary again. It was 5 of us. I was the baby. I was basically in the little school. So both my parents worked 2 jobs. So
Mhm.
I was the one, since I got out last and wasn't in sports yet. I had to go with my father to work, you know. So
Mhm.
I was mopping again, you know, set the foundation. So it's like, who
Right.
thought, like, man,
He's like, get that trash over there, boy.
he was a real scripted. He'll come home 12 at night, man. Them dishes in the sink. Whew, he waking you up.
Waking you up. That's it.
You gonna look on that wall. Who day it is? Watch it. Okay, you know, because we all bored, you know, and we weren't getting paid for it either, you know.
Okay, but cleanliness.
That's
Yeah,
right.
cleanness. Oh, I can't. I'm telling you, I'm a sprinkler. Cleanness next to godliness, you know. So hey,
Mhm.
Yes.
That's
I
it.
that's one of the ways I decipher, you know, with who I deal with, how I deal with
Yes.
them.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't clean, if you're not really clean, you know, I mean, your mind ain't clean. If your environment ain't clean, how your mind gonna get clean? You know.
That's
That's
it.
that's it. That's it.
So that's how I look at it. But yeah, that we went into the commercial cleaning. It's been great. It's, you know, learn experience as well. We brought into a franchise. I wanted to make it easier for me. The blueprint was already made. You know, I like to keep things simple. You know,
Yes.
I'm not finna try to go out here. It's 2022. You know, ain't nothing new under the sun, like the Bible
That's
say.
it. That's it.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
you know, let me learn from you. I like what you're doing. I don't mind sitting in the back. I like the back seat. You know, let me
Okay.
learn and listen. You know, let me
Uh-huh.
learn. So that's what we did. And with their franchise, they basically took over the hard work. They going out the leg work, finding stuff,
Okay. Okay.
look over things, oversee it. And man, I haven't went into that building in over a month. You know,
Wow.
I go once a month. I got a great manager. She does an awesome job. She's an older lady, and again, she blessed me. I blessed her. She was in a position where it worked out perfect.
Yeah.
I moved her up, and man, she oversee it. She make me sleep better at night. I make her sleep better at night. It's God putting people in your life, you know, to
Right.
work, and that's what it was. But I really enjoy it. It's another, again, one of the avenues that can help to build the community. Part-time job, easy, you know what I'm saying? Not stressful and straining, but give you more, a little money and less time. You know, most part-time jobs you're gonna need to do 6, 7, 5 to 7 hours. This right here, 3 hours a day.
3 hours a day. Wow.
And it can make you an extra $1,000 a month. I don't know about you, I know, but I always can use an extra $1,000 a month, you know.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it, and that's the way we went.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay.
Wow.
Mm.
So, going back to the trucking business, what should those that are trying to get into the trucking business be aware of? Anything you want to share?
First and foremost, be aware of just false information and scams.
Mm.
This internet has created a whole new world of
Yeah.
bosses and just wannabes, you know, and
Mhm.
it's just overnight success stories, you know, because in actuality, we know you guys are wise and definitely older. You know, ain't no overnight success.
Right.
Mhm.
That's it. That's it.
Let's be honest. But you know, they putting that image out there, and man, that's number one.
Yes.
Mhm.
The next thing is really wrong people, as far as wrong equipment, wrong mechanics.
Mhm.
and just the wrong structure, basically.
Okay.
Wrong structure. I would say, me personally, try to gravitate to someone who's already in it, who's excelling, and just be a punch. Get all your information first and compare and contrast.
There you go.
What works for me, it will not work for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
right.
all your information, sit down, take your time, patient, and then put the plan together. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail, and that's
it.
True. You know, and I think that's first and foremost. So many folks jump out here because they have the funds, information. Some got the information, but don't have the funds, and they put together. So definitely get the information, compare and contrast, and try to find a coach or somebody, you know, a mentor to really help you and walk you through. And number two, get your credit together. Credit is king.
There you go.
Build your credit up. Preferably business credit. Okay. Faster, and you know, you take less hits again. You know, you're trying to avoid as many blows. You know, life is a boxing match to me. You know, it's a fight. It's a never-ending fight.
That's true.
God called us. So, you know, in life, you know, in the fight, you need durability.
Right.
You know? And so, you know, and at times you're gonna need different tools. Right jab, left jab, hook, whatever. So you get those. You get all these things. Don't limit yourself. That's how I was. Just because he was doing something else, I mean, I ain't thinking about that. No, I still spoke to him. You know? And then honestly, you're gonna have to probably pay for their time sometimes too. And you know, have to be willing. And me personally, I do things like this as often as I can. My time allows me. I can honestly say, thank God, I have helped a couple of people start up and get going and really transition from, you know, workforce 9 to 5 to their own business. And all glory and thanks go to God. That's not me at all. He blessed me to bless others. So definitely, again, going back to compare and contrast, getting your information, but build up your credit, personal and business. But if you can get that business going, get the LLC, get that stuff structured correctly, Duns and Brad, EIN, get with NAB, and just build that up. That way, man, when before you can get started, go ahead and get those accounts implemented and registered. And now you can get 10,000 on one card, 20 on here, something here. Now you don't have to use all of your money.
Money.
And now you're creating more leverage for yourself.
Exactly.
You always want to keep your heart on cash as much as it's in your pocket as much. Use other people's money, OPM. You know?
Right. That's it.
Use it. You know.
Yes.
There you go.
You know, use it correctly. Again, going back to management. You know, mindset. You know what I'm saying? But definitely information and credit. You know, get those things. That way, you want to put down on the truck for the down payment, your money. Use their money. And also, if something goes bad, it don't hit your personal credit.
I was gonna say, isn't it best to keep the two separate?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Some people, you know, we all coming in from a different angle. So if you got to start with the personal first, that's fine. Just be more careful, walk light, and understand, you know, what you got to do. Be responsible.
Yeah.
And I say definitely, I highly recommend that though. Highly recommend.
Okay.
Yeah, and go with more professional companies. Who's going to be who's going to set you up? Like companies, it's companies out here now you can go to where they will basically help you get started and do 4-5 things. You know, like one-stop shop opportunities. You know, and it's just a little fee a month. And you'll be surprised, $20 a month, and they did this for me, dude. I can just pick up the phone anytime I get a ticket, or I have a question, or I need a lawyer. You know, these things are, man, imperative. It really helped me. You know, tickets, and you have to worry about tickets. My lawyer go to court, no problem. Now I need on my record.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For all little things, you know. So, and that's just what I did. But structure it correctly. And one thing that I did for me, myself, I saw what major companies was giving to their employees. What are they offering? And man, when I sat down and went to these conferences and everything, I was like, I can do the same thing. 401, benefits, health, dental, life.
Incentives.
Everything you have right now for that Fortune 500 company, which I work for one myself, FedEx. And I have the same thing. Matter of fact, even better, honestly. Vanguard, my 401 is better. I structured it myself. You know, and health insurance, I pay less than when I worked for 2 Fortune 500 companies.
Wow.
Okay.
And there's stuff like that you can do. Like I pay $500 something a month for my whole family. We have everything: life, health, dental. You know what I'm saying? And it's like people don't know and realize that it's possible out here, but it is. They offer it to you because when you really sit down and think about it, if it wasn't, why so many people are really over there on the other side of the spectrum?
Right.
So it obviously have to be offered, you know.
Yeah.
I have no problem, and they've been doing it for years.
Right.
You know,
It's doable,
yeah.
but like you said, you got to manage time, money,
that's it.
finances. And the other thing I heard you say is something we would tell our kids, you know, you be that sponge. You know, you go ahead and soak up the information, get as much as you can, and then you toss what you don't need.
Yes.
Or what doesn't apply or what's not going to work. And then you keep and make the rest of it work for you, you know?
Right.
So we totally agree with that. Just something we always, you know, believed in and taught our kids.
That's right.
Well, we got a couple more questions, but before we get into those next questions, when you gave us your journey, and I'm glad that you actually elaborated on it, because I know you had mentioned that before at the House of Hope Atlanta, Greater Travelers Rest, about the accident and how God has blessed you through that, and the struggles that you had through that. And God just gave me the scripture, and we focus on God, marriage, family, and life. We try to incorporate scriptures through every podcast.
Okay.
Because God just gave me this scripture when it came to your particular journey. He says, "My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. Let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him." That's James 1, verses 2 through 5.
Thank you, sir. Amen to that. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Yes, I know you had just pretty much elaborated and may have even answered this question in its totality, but you know, what should they be preparing themselves for? Is there anything else that comes to mind that you did not share, you know, in your last you know, response? And you shared some good stuff. It just be, you know, a few more things that you may think of that's like they need to do this.
I do. I would say, do your due diligence. Do your due diligence, thorough research. When you think you know, go back again.
Right.
Know it, go back again.
Good.
Get those confirmations. And in that, I say, with drivers, with the truck. So, for example, drivers, you know, get the background on them. You know, oh yeah, I know. You know, because a lot of us gonna basically do word of mouth. Oh yeah, I know this guy, cousin, family, woody whoop friend. Yeah, he good. I know him. Yeah, all right, no problem. You hire him, but you didn't do your research and really get his background. You can pay for the background check. It's like $7. These things are just, you know, they don't cost much.
Right.
But it will cost you everything in the end if you don't do it.
If you don't do it, that's it.
Yes.
Pay a little now, you know.
Yeah. Pay on the front end. Pay on the front end, not the back end.
Exactly. Another is when you go to purchase a truck or equipment. With certain trucks, go get it tested, get a diagnosis done. Go get it checked out. You know, like we go to the doctor, we go get our checkups, right? It's right. And I love to basically connect and compare really the truck to our body. They're always going to tell you something. It's up to you if you listen and paying attention.
Right.
Your body give you warning signs. Like, man, this right here was aching, but what you do, you just get up and keep going ahead. And all of a sudden, something went broke and went wrong. And my head was hurting, and all of a sudden, you know, you diagnosed with something. You know,
right.
Same thing. Man, I hear this little noise or something leaking. You know, leaking, and it's like, man, I'm just chasing money, but you okay.
Yeah.
No, you now you done made a small problem a big problem.
That's right. That's right.
So don't make a temporary decision for a permanent and make it cost you permanently.
Right.
Oh,
Mhm.
So
you don't help somebody right there.
And that's really it, because you're going to run it in this business. You're going to run into a bad driver.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ain't no certain things you can't avoid. You know, it's
Right.
life. It's
Right.
downs, you know.
Inevitable. Yes.
Prepare yourself. But let's be positive and really start training your mind right now to be positive when this stuff comes, because in actuality, in the long run, God blessed you
Mhm.
to avoid a long haul issue.
Right.
You know, it's like we got this issue right now, but when you look at it in totality, man, I'm glad this happened now and not down the line, because but it would have been so much worse, like a snowball effect.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, so God to you right now, you know, timing is everything.
Yes.
So that is that on that, honestly. Pay attention to that, because man, just really prepare yourself for that hard work. You know,
Mhm.
you're gonna have a bad load every now and then. Fuel is going to go up and down.
Right.
And you can go back. Don't even quote me on this. You can go back and do your own research. Fuel has been going up and down for the last 60, 70 years. You know,
Right.
you do that just like the stock market and the economy.
Right.
Up and down. So
Yes.
I'm telling you to do things to help you, you know, survive, but not only take those hits, those, you know, because they're gonna come.
Yes.
That's what I would tell people. Get your mind right, and you know, transitioning, and basically put yourself in position to basically be able to take these hits, because you're gonna have bad drivers. Fuel is going to go up and down. You're going to have a breakdown, and you know, you're just going to have these issues with the load. Something happened with the load. Ain't no way around it. I mean, you can.
Right.
Man, I'm pretty sure I'm willing to bet you, you know, everything in my pocket that you can't find a driver that ain't had, you know, the common issues. There are common issues you're going to have. Just like us as parents. Kids are going to be kids at the end of the day. No matter how much we pour into them, how much they're still going to be kids, you know.
Yes.
Right.
Calm down, relax, take a deep breath. It ain't the end of the world.
Yes.
And let's just focus on solutions.
That's it.
On the problem, let's focus on solutions.
Excellent. Good. That's good. That's good.
You know, I know this last question, but when I was driving up here today, I go to this rest area.
Yeah.
Normally have truckers, you know, that stop at the rest area. And I go take care of my business, and the guy next to me in the stall next to me, this is how God works.
Yeah.
He was complaining. I'm not gonna give the name of the company, but he was like, everywhere I go, I try to log into the computer. The computer's not working. I can't log into the website. The website's not working. And I knew it was a brother. I could tell it was a brother. He was nice and cordial. Representative. He didn't curse her out or anything like that. But he was like, you know, all these other truckers are getting paid, and the company's getting paid, you know, and everybody's getting paid except for me, because I can't enter my information in. And I thought about you. I'm like, that's why Branden, you know, has his own company, because when you're working for someone else, there's always obstacles that you have to, hurdles that you have to jump just to get paid. And normally the problem is on their end, but they have you struggling because you can't put in the information they want you to put in.
Oh my goodness. You said a mouthful just now, sir. And honestly, like I tell people, like, I didn't ask for this calling. You know what I'm saying? I didn't ask to do this. Like, if it was up to me, man, I'd be somewhere on the beach chilling. You know what I'm saying? But again, it just goes back to, you know, what do you want your legacy to be?
Right.
And it was days like that I had with people, because whatever I do, I give 100%. That's first and foremost. So I kept seeing myself giving 100% to something that only gives me 50 back in return.
Wow.
Yes. I'm like, man, you know, so now if I'm the question became, am I gonna be like him and keep complaining, or am I gonna find a solution?
There you go.
That really was my whole reason of being on this to really go this journey this way, because I'm finally getting in my truck doing this with Wood, but then I kept having problems with companies that y'all make enough money.
Right.
You know, y'all have enough tools, and it's like these are issues that we shouldn't even be having.
Right.
Because y'all don't care about the people. I mean, why United States have any problems right now? We have because the upper echelon don't care about what the people.
The people.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, a lot of our problems stem from just basic, simple principles.
That's
Mhm.
right.
You know, again, going back to the people and godly like kingdom like actions.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
you know, honestly, man, I tell people and I tell my drivers, like, I can teach you how to drive. I can't teach you how to think.
Right.
Mm,
Find good drivers. I say, man, you got to find good character.
That's
yes,
it.
Find,
it
That's
is.
it.
find good drivers. You know what I'm saying? Because in good character, you'll find good people.
Yes.
Mhm.
Good people. Well, I don't care what they doing. Driving, real estate, architect, computer. It don't matter. Engineering. They're going to do good work
Mhm.
because
Right.
first
Right.
and foremost, they're a good person.
That's
Mhm.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what that is. And honestly, I just try to put myself in a position where the mindset where to be that giver. God placed me here to be a giver first and foremost, honestly.
Mhm.
Give my time, effort, talents, myself. You know, I have to be a giver. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly. And out of that, I came from a giving family. My mother, she continually hosts yearly events, back to school drives,
Mm.
you know, book bags and all this stuff to the, you know, less fortunate.
Right.
So
Right.
I saw, like I said, again, goes back to my foundation. It was embedded in me.
Excellent.
And that's what it was. I just saw those things and I used it. And that's what I try to do, you know, give back, you know, my company, myself, try to give back. I give my employees turkeys, Thanksgiving,
There
you know,
you
all simple things, you know, holidays, birthdays, you know, show them you appreciate them because I truly do.
Right.
So I'm not just going to say it. I want to show you
You want to show it.
what it is. You got to move with action, you know?
That's it.
Yeah. Because honestly, you may not, people may not make great money, but
Mhm.
at a great place.
Right.
Mm,
Real people would take that over the money any
The
day.
money. Right.
And that's what I really want to do. I want to create a great place and a great space
Mhm.
and
ah,
Gibson legacy for people. You know, come here, man. We all have issues. You need to take time off. Let's take it. You know, I pay them for holidays.
Mm.
mhm.
Okay.
I do that. You know, you deserve it.
Right.
You know, if you need time, you know, you need a loan. I help somebody put down on a home.
Mm.
You know,
Okay.
one of my teammates. You know, honestly, and I tell them don't be shy. We are open. We all got problems. We all go through things.
Exactly.
We are a team. Let's work together. Let's communicate and work together. Because when you're affected, I'm affected. When I'm
There
affected,
you go. There you go.
each other's work together.
That
So we
is
got that
wonderful.
legacy question.
So you talked about, you know, a little bit about legacy.
Mhm.
So what legacy are you building?
Oh man, right now, I'm basically walking in this character. We're just walking in this space of life.
Mhm.
We're trying to, and it's a continuation process.
Mm-hmm.
And the process I'm on with building my legacy is building a kingdom disciple legacy,
Okay.
a God-led legacy,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
one that protects, provides, and builds. Because again, God granted us life because we had a job here to do on earth.
There you go.
So let's find our purpose and let's
Mhm.
build upon it and really go from there. And basically just lead from the front, not the back, and stand on principles.
There you go.
And without the principles, man, you really have nothing.
Well,
That's
that's it.
right.
That's it.
It's just like building a house. You know, you have a strong foundation. It ain't gonna last long.
Right.
Just overall, at the end of the day, for me and my wife to just raise good people.
There you go.
Yeah, what they do don't matter. I don't want you to fulfill my dreams that I had. I don't want you to be like. I just want you to be good people. And in being good people, I know God is going to bless you in your life, whatever you do, whatever endeavor you take on.
Well, thank you so much, Branden.
Good, godly people, yes.
Man. Thank you so much. This was wonderful.
Very good.
This was wonderful.
Appreciate it.
We really appreciate it. Well, our time is just about up, but we just want to again thank you for sharing with us and giving us godly advice and also giving some business advice. I mean, you ran the whole gamut, my brother. I knew you could do it. I tell you.
When you said it, I said, man, I really believe I'm gonna need this hour. You know, honestly, I can't spoon feed them because like I said, so much false information out there and stuff, and I just really want them to get a good understanding. That's all, and that's it. And I pray and hope that they did, and I pray I was a blessing to somebody.
Yeah,
you
it was excellent. And you know what? We pray for you as well.
Please do.
For that gift of discernment, that you'll
Yes.
continue to have that. Not that you lack it.
Mhm.
I can tell you got it.
That's
you know,
right. Yes, he does.
and that you'll be a good reader of people. Like you say, that's important. They're your team. So
Yes.
we
Yes.
pray that over you today.
Thank you. Thank
God
you.
will
Please
continue
keep your
to
prayers.
bless you abundantly, above and beyond.
Same
So,
here. Same here. Likewise. Same to you all. I pray God continue to just move on. Move in you guys' life. You guys are doing an awesome job. Awesome team. I love what you guys represent. Love the energy and the frequency you guys vibe off of. It's amazing. Like I said, I salute you guys. I love seeing that black love, and I'm here for it. Honestly.
All right. All right. God bless you, man. Well, we
Praise
always
God.
close with a scripture. And our closing scripture today will come from Romans 8, 31 through 33.
Okay.
Romans chapter 8, 31 through 33. And it reads as thus: What shall we then say to these things? If God be for us, who can be against us? He that spared not his own son, but delivered him up for us all, how shall he not with him also freely give us all things? Who shall lay anything to the charge of God's elect? It is God that justifieth. Thank you, my brother. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your holiday.
Yes, sir. You too.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you. Take care. Goodbye, kiss.
Goodbye. Oh, I'm sorry. That's what he already goes.